Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 130 of SOLD With Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh. We've got a great show, some amazing homes. The first one is going to be, I believe, in Frisco.
Yes,
that
is correct.
The second one is going to be over in Lockwood. Some really great homes that have interesting characteristics that you don't want to miss.
And in our second segment today, we are going to talk about protesting your appraised value for your tax purposes. And I think it's going to be a really interesting conversation. It always happens this time of year, and it's one of those weird processes that if you haven't been through it before, if you're a new homeowner, it's good information, I promise.
Even if you're a veteran homeowner, this is definitely one of the times that you need to pay attention to the housing. So as you can tell, we've got brand new cameras here at the studio. They're really amazing. It was funny because when we first booted these things up, they are so specific. I realized I forgot to shave. And so things you learn with new cameras.
That's true.
So one of the things that we did was we pulled some information from the closings that happened at the last of the month. So we looked at the end of the month, the last 3 days, and we went and looked into East Dallas. And what we're trying to do is really, as we talked about last week, the speed and the bubble that is or isn't happening. And we want to know like what's happening here in Dallas. And one of the things that turned out is that there were just at 50 closings exactly in 3 days in East Dallas. But one of the takeaways from this is that the median days on the market was 5 and the average was 15. And I think you and I both agreed that in this type of pace, it's so critical to be working with a professional. And also for you to be using, as you search online, to be using the most accurate portal and sites that you can. And so recognizing that, that someone is selling leads might encourage them to slow down the changing of statuses, and therefore could cost you the opportunity to see a home and actually make an offer. So websites like Realtor.com, Ebby Halliday, Dave Perry Miller, Updike Pugh, like that, we actually have IDX leads, links from MLS that actually change in real time as servers update. So in this market, it is really important, as the numbers show you here, to actually be watching and making sure you're using those sites that get you information ASAP.
Yeah, absolutely. If you are in the hunt for a home and you would like our help, please reach out to us, because we've got a couple of really specific ways that we are helping buyers gather their information, sometimes faster than anybody else. And, you know, we're getting contracts signed.
Absolutely.
We're getting buyers that we are getting buyers with contracts that are winning. We, you know, like many people out there, some buyers have to go through 4, 5, 6 contracts before they actually do, you know, find the one that everything kind of comes together on them for. But it's the nature of the beast right now.
It is. And it is, you know, it is the time when you've got to have someone at bat for you. And I think that Jeff and I try to do, I know that Jeff is really great at reaching out to agents on the other side of the transactions just to make sure that everybody's folded together and make sure that we're all on the same page, because it does take both sides working together in order to get something to closing. Yeah,
there were one of the National Association of Realtor statistics was that there were in the first 2 days of new listings, there were an average of 48 showings right now. And that is, it's just a mind-boggling. We see it on our listings. We brought a couple of listings on last week and had tremendous showing activity over them. Had really great response to the open house where people come in and wanted to take a look at it, and had both of those went under contract very, very quickly.
And it is, yeah, and it's a tough time. I feel like even some of our clients are just like, oh, if this price that you got us on this house, I just thank you, but again, they're being mindful of where this puts people who don't come to the table with that outstanding balance of cash.
Absolutely.
So, on a lighter note, it is Cinco de Mayo today.
It is Cinco de Mayo today.
Where will you be having your margaritas?
I am going to the Rustic today. I don't know that I'm having a margarita, but happy birthday to my friend Tamara Gady, and we're going to have a little get-together with her at the Rustic today.
Absolutely. So. Tamara, happy birthday. We're so excited for you. I don't know if she's in the 5-0 club yet.
No. Ooh, I hope she's not watching.
Well, some of us here are.
Both of us are.
Let's get started on these houses. The first house we're going to take a look at is going to be 2434 Campfire Lane, and this is in Frisco. This is a really great neighborhood that, as we were there looking at it and walking it with our clients, you just know that the way that the trees have grown, the way the developers built it up, it's just an amazing, well thought out. It's right there. It's the trails there in Frisco. Great, well-planned community. I can't say enough about that.
Very well-planned community. Has a golf course, has swimming pools, community swimming pools for the homeowners association. You've got parks. You have trails, literally. And it's really a very convenient location. A lot of corporations have moved their headquarters to the Frisco area, and these neighborhoods, when these houses were built 15 years ago, these neighborhoods weren't really thought that they were going to be in such high demand, but the school system out there is really good, and it draws people from not just all over the Metroplex, but from all over the country.
I would agree with that. And the other thing too is they've done a really good job of thinking about the traffic flow pattern. So Main Street is really large and gets you right over to the tollway quite easy.
So this home has really great walk up and really great curb appeal. The current owners have done an amazing job getting this thing ready for market. They bought it from us several years ago, and I don't think their intention was to get it ready for market the way they've done, but they've done a phenomenal job. So when they made the decision to sell, it was just a little bit of stuff left to do.
Yeah, and they did a great job. I mean, they spent a lot of the pandemic working on the house, so they've done everything from the flooring, as you can see, is pretty much consistent all on the first floor. The way that the floor plan opens up is you've got the dining room here on the left-hand side of the front door, and on the right-hand side you have this, which is probably once thought of as being a formal, but is easily now could be a study, is easy for an office. So if you're doing more work from home, this is a really great option for you downstairs.
Yeah, and this could be very easily closed off with a couple of French doors if you needed to. That's you've got the opening there already for even triple wide doors there.
Yeah.
And the flooring that they did, they really did from the front door all the way to the back door in this. I think there's a small set of tile over by the fireplace, but everything else is this really nice engineered wood floor that has such a beautiful tone to it. And, their furnishings really kind of just ground it all.
So one of the things I love about this family room right here is that it is symmetrical. So you can see how they've done a great job of doing the almost hotel lobby concept with the couches, but you've got great light from behind if you were in the other picture, and then right here you see the excellent little fireplace, and then it opens up to this well thought out kitchen, and it's got a great pantry. The half bath is off of this, and they've taken and gone ahead and replaced all the appliances, the countertops, and then they went ahead and had they didn't do this, but they had the cabinets painted a very soft gray that works really well right now.
It really does, and the quartz countertops, undermount sink, newer stainless steel appliances. The hexagonal tile they did on the backsplash I thought was really a great selection. It's multicolored, but it's similar enough colors that it all kind of blends in very easily.
So this is your little eat-in as well. So you've got seating at the bar and you've got this eat-in. And here you're going to take in, this is a switchback staircase. They've replaced the balustrades as well with the white wood with the iron. And that brings you up into the landing. The landing is a really large, as you can see there, I think there's like 8 little cushions. So that means it's a pretty good sized couch. And it's got a TV mounted up to it. So really simple. The way that they've divided this, this is where all the bedrooms are going to come off of. And the first is the master, and the master is directly off that. And as you can see here, you've got 3 great windows, and those windows actually look into the backyard. And at the very end, we're going to see how well that backyard plays.
And the bedrooms are all really good size. This is the master bedroom. Sorry, you just said that. And that just with everything that they have done to it, here's the master bath that has the separate vanities in it. They did take out the tub in it, which I thought was a great move on this part.
Such a good idea.
Really a great size shower. You've still got really good light coming in through the frosted windows. The flooring was done with the 12 by 24 tile that really blended well with the rest of the house. Goes right on into the closet and also right into the water closet.
There's nothing in this bathroom that you don't want. Separate vanities, the water closet with the door, and you also have a very large walk-in closet. Now this is going to be the one bedroom that's a little bit off by itself, and it has a bathroom just in the hallway with it, and it's a one-off, so that's kind of en suite. And then at the other 2 bedrooms, they are going to be sharing a Jack and Jill. So this is the first one, and as you can see there, it transitions. And this, you can't tell, but the actual door to the bathroom is right there by the book cabinets, and that makes the bedrooms 3 and 4 connect at the back of the house.
And all of those bathrooms have been fully renovated as well. So when you come outside, they've done this rough cedar pergola that I think just makes all the sense in the world. Really gives some great outdoor living space. They've done all the landscaping. This is a 8-foot board-on-board fence with the boxed-in poles. So
Great job.
Really just a phenomenal job with this one.
So, and again, here you're going to see they've done a little extra on the lighting. The whole thing is so well thought out. When we had this as an open house, it really just had lots of compliments. So 2434 Campfire Lane, it's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, built in '99. Just over 2,600 square feet. It's priced at $429, and that is $163 a foot.
Yeah, it's a really great value for Frisco for sure.
Yep. So if you'd like more information about this home, click on the link in the comments below. If you'd like to know what else is on the market in that neighborhood, let us know. We can make that happen as well.
Absolutely.
So, great house. And now we're going to turn our attentions back into East Dallas, Lockwood. What an amazing neighborhood Lockwood is.
Lockwood is one of the larger subdivisions in the East Dallas market. It goes all the way from Northwest Highway all the way down to Garland Road, and it really has a great variety of home styles in it. They were all built about the same time, but it wasn't a cookie cutter neighborhood like we find in many places. The streets, some of the streets curve, and there's a creek that runs through the middle of it, and there's just a lot going on in that neighborhood that is going to be a really great draw.
And one of the other things too about not all neighborhoods sync up and create events like this one does. And so this voluntary HOA association does quite a bit to create a community there that people really enjoy. And so they have different parades. I believe they have a 5K. There's a celebration on the 4th of July. And so there are elements that allow you to interact really easily with other homeowners in the area, and it's a great way to get to know people. So when we see houses in this area that create this type of home front, there's a lot less turnover, I believe, because
I would totally agree with that.
You're not just living in the house, but you're also living with people that you enjoy.
And from a location perspective, it's really very convenient to White Rock Lake.
Yep.
It's got great access back over to the tollway on Northwest Highway. You really have great access to Interstate 35, which this section of 635, this section of 635 is now undergoing the renovation on the express lanes.
Yeah. It's also 10 minutes from downtown, and as Jeff said, it's really close to 635, but not so close that you actually have that eternal hum. So it's a really great way to commute. And then again, the other thing too is I believe you have really quick access onto the express lane for 635. So if you need to get through all the mess of the North Toll Road, you can bypass that.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at, this is going to be 11135 Shortmeadow Drive.
And this is a really great home. Again, it also has really great curb appeal. The home itself is a one-story ranch that is really been done very, very nicely. Great trees. You see how the beds have been done. It's really just had a lot of things done to it that make you just like want to run in.
And so this is a 4-bedroom, and that's a really great thing to find, a 4-bedroom in a one-story format, as it being a ranch. This is built in let's me just double check this because I think this is really important. This is built in 1969. So this is one of those times when they've done a really, there's always this separation. And I think what's really great about the separation that they show here with that wall that's creates that space between this area and the other family room is that so many times when people get these homes, they open that up so quickly. And it's such a really great way to create a larger living space. One of the other things too is that that dining room can quickly be, as we talked about in the other home, doored off and create an office at home as well.
Absolutely. And the kitchen's got granite countertops in it, tumbled stone backsplash, really nice 12 by 12 tile on the floor. Cabinetry is all in really good condition. It is the original cabinetry, but this has just been very well cared for and I think painted appropriately. And
Yep. And so this is going to be the bedroom that was off of the, let me get there. It is off of the kitchen. And then directly across from that bedroom is this half bath and the washer and dryer. So when you transition, and you can see here, this countertop is from the kitchen, the island, and this is the second family room. And one of the great things about this family room is that they brought in that brick fireplace with that staggered brick facade right there for the mantle. Really a great way to use indoor-outdoor elements that are very popular today. And as you move towards the other end of the house, you come into this large master bedroom.
And the master bedroom, as you can see here, is really plenty of space for the king-size bed, nightstands. It does open up to its own private bathroom that kind of somewhat joins the hallway, but the owners have a half bath off of the hallway already, so that you could really just close this off and make it a total private master bath.
The configuration of this bathroom I thought was really great. I thought that if you wanted to leave it as is, it would work for another 20 years. But because it is so big that if you wanted to come in there with a contractor, this would be a great bathroom to really like change and make it sing. So I think that's a really good value add. And this, I love this. This is the second bathroom. And it's so interesting that the colors from 1969 are colors that we see today. So you could actually see this exact same thing happen again. And it really is just a testament to how good the craftsmanship was and the elements back then, that they're not so disposable and throwaway, that they actually can last, 60 years.
Yeah, and very generous guest room sizes. I think these were both 12 by 13, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, great, very generous sizes. They do have the half-height windows, which I really like in the bedrooms. And this is the back porch that you come out to that is covered and provides all that extra outdoor living space that a lot of people want right now.
100%, because I feel like more and more people are realizing that you don't have to heat and cool this space. It's an easy way to put a little fireplace out here if you wanted. The other thing too, since we're going to key it up, you don't have to pay taxes on this space as you do with the heated areas.
That is true.
And then you have an additional great area for backyard. They've done a really interesting thing. The actual fence has a light green stain to it. So it's a really cute house. I feel like the possibilities here are endless, and it is a great street. It's also a dead-end street. So if you'd like to see this house, let us know, because it is amazing.
It's really, and I really like the fence. The fence comes off a lot darker in the photos than I think it does in real life. So if that's a little heavy for you, come and see it in person. So this is 1,100 square feet, and it's one of the really great values in East Dallas, $500,000, and it's.
We can make that happen as well.
Absolutely, and with that, we'll be right back.
There are lots of ways to keep up with us. Visit and like our Facebook page to watch us live and get updates about future show topics. Also, visit our Instagram account where you can see the latest homes we have for sale. You can also check out our website at updikepugh.com, where you can create customized searches of active and sold homes that you may find of interest. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, visit homeprice.fyi and you can get a price instantly. Just enter your address and a couple of other pieces of information and we will email you a price. If you are on the go and podcasts are better for you, our second segments are available on iTunes and Spotify. Last of all, you can reach out to us by phone or text at 214-377-2223.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to episode 130 of Sold with Updike Pugh. We're going to do our second segment today, which I think is a very timely topic, and it's talking about how to protest the taxable valuation of your home.
You got to do it. There's two things you're going to do in life: you die and pay taxes. So let's try to pay fewer taxes, and just remember that this is one of those things that property taxes, it's really hard for them to come down.
Yeah.
If ever. I think that when my property burned down, I thought that the city did an amazing job, and when I called, I visited with them and said, I don't think that the value is where it should be. And almost immediately I received notification that they had dropped just to what the land was worth at that time. So I thought that was great. That being said, I don't know that everybody else always has that same experience.
Yes.
But I think that the wonderful thing is that we are given the opportunity to protest every year our taxes.
We are, and it's a really interesting process because it's intimidating for one, because especially if you've never gone through it. I think once you go through it one time, you learn the fear's gone because you kind of know what kind of people you're dealing with. And the Central Appraisal District is, they're all good people there. They are all just doing a job that they are mandated by law, and there are a lot of little things that have changed because of the pandemic now. In terms of the process, like the traditional way to do, well, step number one is this time of year you're going to be getting your appraisal notice from your Central Appraisal District, and it happens from the Dallas Central Appraisal District, Collin County, Tarrant County. There are a variety of counties that are going to be sending you this notice of value. First thing to do is turn that document over and fill it out on the back.
That's right.
And either mail that in. You can hand deliver it also to the Central Appraisal District. There is a pickup box or a drop-off box outside. And once you have delivered that, your protest is filed.
Yes.
You do want to have some documentation to go along with that if you can, and we're happy to provide all that to you, because what they're going to be looking at is potentially houses that have sold in probably most of the year prior and even have started into the current year. They're trying to really kind of target what was the value of the home on January 1?
Yep. And so the important thing is to come with comps, and that's where you and I usually step in and are able to comb through and provide our past clients and customers the comps that should help them alleviate some of that increase that the appraisal district is trying to apply. The other thing too, I think is great that we've heard is pictures. Lots and lots of pictures should be sent along with this. That documentates the condition is not in the same condition as what their comparables are that they're using for you.
This year is going to be a little bit different than most years, just because because of the pandemic. But one of the pieces that's kind of fallen out of the equation this year that I'm hopeful will be back next year is you would file your protest, and then you had the opportunity to go over and visit informally with an appraiser at the Central Appraisal District and kind of talk through informally, why you think the value is wrong, and they sit down with you. They're very patient with you. They will either come to an agreement with you or not come to an agreement with you. Regardless, you've got your protest hearing scheduled, and you can't do those two things on the same day. You would have to do the informal hearing on one day, at least one day prior to your formal hearing. So we're not getting that part of it this year, but next year I feel like that will probably be back. The next step after that is to go to your hearing.
Yep. And one of the things also to note is that, like your personal taxes, you can file for a deferment, an extension, and that is not the case with these taxes. If you miss the deadline, that is set.
Yeah.
And then the following year, they will reevaluate you again. So you have a date. It is a hard date.
This year it's May 17th is the last day that you can file a protest.
May 17th. So it must be filed. I think we should probably put something out there on the 16th to remind everybody that tomorrow is the deadline. So we'll try to remind everyone about that.
And it needs to be postmarked by that date,
By the 17th.
by the 17th. That is the deadline for doing it.
So here you go. How many days do we have left? That is 12 days left.
So once you have that protest filed, you know in normal years have gone over and met with them, and you've got to go to the panel hearing. This is the part where it's kind of intimidating for people because they don't, they hear the word hearing
And panel, and there's more than one person there sitting there looking at you.
It becomes very official at that point. The panel members are made up of employees or people who have been hired by the appraisal district that are members of the community, just like you and I. They get paid a nominal fee to come in for however many days. But your panel will have 3 people on it. There will be an appraiser from DCAD there to justify their side of whatever they think the value is. And this is the point where you want to have filed pictures and all of the documentation about your home that you want to have considered in terms of setting your value. Now, the one thing that a lot of people don't do that they do need to do that has a lot of impact on this is when you file that protest, you're going to get a acknowledgement of that protest from the Central Appraisal District. And in the upper left-hand corner, there's a little 6-digit key that allows you to log in to the Central Appraisal District website, and you can see the data that they are using to come up with your value. So they overwhelm you with information, number one. So you've got to kind of filter through that to see which exact properties they are using to set your value with.
Correct.
Once you hone down to those 3 or 4 houses, go drive by those houses. Go take pictures of those houses and find the differences between how those are being assessed and how yours is being assessed.
It sounds like a lot of work, but it could save you thousands of dollars.
Absolutely.
In the end. And there are companies that you can hire that will do this.
Yes.
And they take money either as a percentage on what they save you, or they do a flat fee. And so if it looks like there's a huge discrepancy between you and what they have you appraised, that savings could be great. And therefore you don't want to use someone who takes a percentage of the spread. You want that fixed value one. So these are things that keep in mind. And I know that this is a lot of information. That's why reach out to us at any point and let us know how we can help you for sure.
Absolutely. Once you go through that hearing process one time, you will feel so much more confident about it. There are realtors that part of their practice is doing this kind of representation. We don't do that. We're happy to refer you to people that do that. If you don't want to do the process yourself, we're happy to refer you to some really good people that we've worked with before. But it is something that I think a normal homeowner needs to go through at least one time just to see what the process is about.
100% understand how everything is flowing within the government and know what is important, know how to better maneuver your home and your finances.
Yeah,
for the future.
It is a hidden tax increase that homeowners feel the brunt of, and tenants do too, because those, the people that own those properties factor the amount of property taxes they pay into how their return on that property is. So, but it is one of those things that tax rate could stay the exact same for 5 years in a row, but if the value inches up 5%, 6%, 10% a year, your taxes are going up that exact same amount, 5%, 6%, 10% a year.
Every year.
Every year.
So, yeah. Not to be ho-hum, but it is so important to pay attention to these things. Home ownership has everything from changing your filters to protesting your taxes. It's just, it is adulting, and we've got to do it.
That's right. A good way to put it. So I hope you found this helpful today. If there's anything that we can do to help you with this process or buying or selling a home, we are happy to help you. We would love to work with you.
And just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.